Oh, that's cool. I thought we were gonna have a meeting. That's cool. So will they put that on property or?
I think we're gonna have to sell that chunk.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how difficult we could be with eminent domain.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a lot of money they're offering.
We good?
I don't, it seems like everyone's just ready to line because it's gonna save us a ton on
Mhm.
septic and all that other crap. So there is a lot of mutual benefit.
And this is.
I wish they maybe would have thrown a few like of the gas fees and stuff. That we're gonna need for that park, but
Yeah.
I guess it is what it is.
Well, I have 5:31, so let's go ahead and get the meeting started. First order on the agenda is the approval of November 20th meeting minutes.
Got your oaths if you'd like to.
Yeah, we have our oaths of office. Oh, we have to do that before we can do that.
Every year, because your terms are only 1 year. So
Oh, I thought it was a life.
Yours is.
it's for your term of
Oh.
office.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So that do it. Part. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess you guys want to just repeat after me.
Sure. Absolutely.
So I certain name
Jeffrey Lamar,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
That I will support the Constitution
of the United States and the state of Indiana,
of the United States and the state of Indiana,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
honestly, and impartially
honestly, and impartially
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of the office of Wakarusa Redevelopment Commission,
of the office of Wakarusa Redevelopment Commission
are according to law and to the best of my skill and ability.
according to the law and to the best of my skill and ability.
All right.
Good job, pretty good.
You did it well.
I think so. Oh my God. So we got.
All right. That looks up.
Thank you.
And then if whoever's.
Well, so now it goes till May 19th of 2028.
Huh? No, that's my notary.
Oh.
What am I signing up for?
Just you.
Too many commissioners on one piece of paper.
You sign now.
You realize you're on.
Yeah. Yep. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Jackson, may I proceed?
You may.
Okay.
Now that it's official.
All right. So.
We need to elect officers.
I thought we did,
No, we just got signed in.
but I thought we, well, carry on. Let's,
I'm not sure. Did we already do that? I wasn't sure if we did that in our November meeting.
You might have discussed it, but I think this is the meeting you'd officially appoint somebody as
Okay.
president or vice president.
okay. Anybody wants to be president? Just say aye. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, one more year. So I'll be president.
One more year. One more year.
Vice president.
Usually the person who's not there gets.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, but. Okay, come back to vice president. Secretary, you willing to stay on? Yep. I got that document in my Google Drive, so. Otherwise, I have to share it with, so. Talk amongst yourselves and decide who wants to be our vice president.
I would be happy to be vice president, serve as a, I guess what you call like a officer role or whatever. I'm kind of that. I'd be happy to see.
Okay. So,
Capacities.
officers, I will remain as president. That you'll be vice president,
I'm willing to take the nomination.
okay? Treasurers, or secretary stays as mayor. All those in favor? Aye.
I,
Opposed? Change. Okay. So our officers will say as stated. Now, minutes from the November 20th meeting. I'll accept the motion to accept them.
I make a motion to accept the meeting minutes from November 20th.
Okay. Justin is Moved. Do I have a second?
Second.
Leonard, okay. All those in favor, signify by saying aye. 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 Opposed, same sign. Minutes have passed. Next, new business. Any new business?
Not that I'm immediately.
Katie, any new business? Jackson? We took care of your new business, right? Rob?
No.
Okay. Great.
So following up from November, the Keystone Lift Station project startup will be mid-January. Did that happen? Okay.
There are, again, continued delays. But right now, what we're waiting on, do you remember what that is?
NIPSCO,
It's a NIPSCO scheduling issue. Is what we're waiting on. They do anticipate that, well, as it was left at the update meeting on Tuesday, what will happen is as soon as NIPSCO does schedule, some kind of a coordinated effort with Reeve Riley, then they'll be able to coordinate with Peerless to get SCADA, involved and fully installed and up and running. I think there's,
he's a manager or
yes, so, but it all hinges on NIPSCO's availability. So everyone involved, is waiting on NIPSCO to do what they do. But they do anticipate it's probably going to be sometime, February, March in the latest, is that what?
yeah, they're hoping for February.
Yeah.
How are things tracking at the water treatment plant for February?
Very nicely. We did have a bit of a delay, with a pressure release valve on one of the high-speed service pumps. And that came up at the update meeting, but they're still markedly ahead of schedule. They do anticipate to be operational by March.
And they're gonna look to see if they can get that particular valve from another company to not have it delayed as long as.
If they can get a valve that will, take the one to take the place of the one that is back ordered, or they can't get until March 13th, I believe it is. They might be operational or starting up in February. But at this juncture, if they can't do that, it's probably going to be March before they can get that out. And it really is on life support now. The water treatment plant's on life support now, so the sooner the better. But that was a little bit of a setback, and that became somewhat of a talking point at our update meeting with DLG and REO on Tuesday morning. But they do have a plan moving forward, and they're going to see if they can facilitate or expedite the coming of that particular part. And it's a release valve, is what it is. I don't know all the technical things involved, other than that's what holding things up now. But other than that, the project is moving along very nicely. Again, from a town perspective and even DLZ's perspective, they're very impressed with our Yoder and the progress they've made. Their on-site supervisor, his name is Rich. DLZ's on-site supervisor says they've not really had a project where the communication has been this effective, this good. So it's been a refreshing experience for all of it. Yeah, so we're hoping February, but perhaps at the latest they'll start up in March, which is, I think, 3 or 4 months ahead of schedule, even at that.
And then there's a project we're getting somewhat underway with to retrofit the old treatment plant into some sort of infrastructure. Was that a lift station or was that?
No. And it's a booster station. So, yeah, so the existing plant, once we're up and running, then we'll transition right into working on that booster plant, and JPR is helping with that design. We've had several meetings regarding, you know, that status, but we can't really do anything until the new plan is up and running. At which point then, they will retrofit the existing plant to become a booster station for that south corridor where we have significant pressure issues. Particularly in some of the manufacturing, a lot of manufacturing
Right.
facilities that are out there, particularly southwest.
Right.
There's not enough pressure even now to turn on their fire suppression system, which is a problem.
Yeah.
Which is a significant problem.
And there was also some concern around the pressure not being maintained, which puts that area under boil orders if
Right.
certain things happen, like opening.
In other words, yes, if we can't, if we, well, there were times out there where they flush a toilet and there wasn't enough pressure to flush a toilet. So, it's definitely an issue, which is why we looked at this booster station as a fix. And this booster, once that is complete, it will address that issue, and fix that issue. We are also concerned with future growth down the road. We're looking at and coordinating with JPR and sending out a letter, particularly to people who might have property that neighbors the town,
Right.
just to see if they would be interested in listening to a proposal to allow the town to procure that property. One of the things that we really have to look at is this is the booster situation is a fix, but if it continues to grow out there, if we see continued growth out there, it's not going to be a long-term fix. So there's probably in the next 8 to 10 years going to be a need for a water tower out there.
Okay, so that would be acquiring property currently outside of the town limits and then annexing it.
Either outside of the town limits or that is not currently owned by the town. So there's property owned by Thor, Lightgrow. Who else is out there? Scott Farney owns property out there, SNS Auto. So to procure that property, acquire that property for the purpose of future expansion, primarily out there with a water tower, or a water tower. So if that's the case, even now we're starting that dialogue, knowing that it could be 8 to 10 years down the road, but it's good to plan ahead. And if we can secure that property, so we don't have to mess with it, at that point in time.
And is that something the town would come to the redevelopment commission for funds?
I'm guessing more than likely. I don't know that for a fact. I don't know that too many of those people would be willing to just give us their property. That would be ideal.
You go, Dave.
We can do that, but we don't necessarily want to do that. But yes, there could be future asks to that effect. But there's other things, and this I'm actually going to meet with Ken Jones probably next week to craft that letter, and obviously we can take all that information known, but that's definitely in the works. We do see the need to procure more property as we continue moving forward. We want to continue to grow.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that would be something that I think would make sense to work on with us at some point,
Absolutely.
just because it's right there in our corridor, and obviously that water tower is going to be important to future growth of that sector. Tax increases.
Yeah, so, yeah, and it could be, I mean, if we can procure property, it could be for other things, whether it's park expansion, more residential building projects, that could, suddenly, well, we've got an inventory problem now with available housing. So we had property where people could develop, where a developer could come in and start banging out houses. That would be a good thing for the town of Wapers as well. So property is necessary for us to do that. Extra property, new property.
Good dialogue.
I guess the only other remaining one from last month to follow up on is just the Lagoon project. So I know we approved all the funds for that now, I believe. is there going to be any additional funds required for that project? And did they ever get like a feasibility done on the, I believe we were gonna try to treat it with some sort of like,
Bugs,
bugs, right? To sort of, increase the capacity there.
yes. Again, that's really something that we probably ought to address, perhaps at our next meeting, where we can have Alex available. He won't be here tonight, but he can speak more intelligently to that. But to talk about the feasibility study, to at least touch on it, yes, they're in the process of doing that. It's proven to be highly effective. That approach is proven to be highly effective regarding the sludge at the bottom. They have done, I believe they've done a study that indicates about how much is needed in each lagoon. Yes, and so the studies that have been mentioned, I want to say his name is John. Anyway, a representative from JPR has talked about the number of different approaches that could be a lot more cost prohibitive, and these bugs could be highly effective and can accomplish 75+% of what going in physically draining the ponds, scraping the sludge off the bottom. It's very, very cost prohibitive to do that. This is literally taking this approach is a fraction of the overall cost. The other thing that our public works department is really going to benefit the town with is the fact that a lot of the stuff that JPR is proposing, we can handle that in-house.
Right.
So we'll save significant amounts of money by approaching. We've got the equipment, we've got the knowledge, we've got the manpower to do that over the next couple of years. I can even just right now, just in terms of maintenance that needs to be done on equipment that's breaking down because it's being used, or it's just, it's, for example, I can go into the shop right now and see that the Coyote is torn down. We've got our mechanics working on it. We're not shipping it out, sending our hydrovac truck. They did probably, I would venture to say $15,000 to $20,000 worth of repairs on that. They did that in-house, saved a lot of money. So it's that same concept in terms of equipping and training that Alex is putting into place. That's going to save ongoingly the town a significant amount. And the lagoon project, there's a number of facets to that project that fix internally. I hope I'm making some sense.
Yeah. So according to our notes, back in November, we basically committed $846,500 to booster station and the lagoon improvement. That's
Do we know of any other additional like development that would be new in the TIF region as of right now? I know last year we talked about the Forest River plants. Those are obviously like, making some improvements. We've seen like, a gas station go up. Is there anything else right now that you're aware of that would be slated for development out there? Better not talk about it.
Yeah,
feel free to discuss
things that are
meeting individually.
Potential upcoming property, business development,
I'm kind of looking forward to it.
find out if that's public knowledge or not.
Do you know if that public knowledge?
I don't know that it is.
It's on it, internet.
But it would, the idea is that there would be additional manufacturing facility out there. And we would need to look at getting assets out there, water, sewer.
Is that in town limits right now?
No.
So it would need to be annexed as well.
And brought to the district,
And brought it to the town.
along with
Exactly.
Southwest, most recent building.
Yeah, we talked about, I think, that whole last.
Yeah.
That's
It's like there right now. It is development of,
they're gonna need.
where's that?
She got the two. Gonna need a booster. So.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jackson, so I know we talked about this probably multiple times, but like, what is the process for them bringing new, I guess, property into the district? First, it needs to get annexed.
It'll have to be within the town limits.
Right. And then once it's annexed, then we can draft like a new.
We would,
amendment to the tip.
Assuming it's not, real close to the existing district, we could, create a new one just for that certain area.
Standalone.
Yep.
Or if it borders the existing district, then you can just expand it.
You could expand it and sort of make it all contiguous.
Yeah.
If it made sense, if there's a series of commercial properties that would make sense to do that.
If we form a new one, the clock starts over on that one.
Yep. Yeah, that would pretty much be true regardless. You sort of designate your area and then it freezes those assessed values in time. And then everything that's increased after that comes into our sort of budget. And we can spend it usually to serve that area in some fashion.
Do we need to wait till something's built, or can we capture it at basically bare land and
So as long as
basically get the increment all the way to being developed?
Yeah, so as long as you start it in the year that the development happens, so say someone breaks ground in January, they finish their project in March, but we don't add it till August of that year, it would relate back to January 1.
Got it.
So there's a time, but it's sort of, there is that December cutoff, December 31 cutoff, so, but yeah, so it's not like super time sensitive unless they're finishing around December or something.
Sure.
So, and usually to do that, it could be a 3 to 4 month process. On it, because it needs to, we have to develop the resolution, define the real estate, the legal description of the area, pass the declaratory resolution here, send it to the planning department for review. They need to approve it via written order. Then it goes to the town council for review and approval. Then we have to publish and have a public hearing.
That's
Here.
what I was wondering.
And then after that public hearing, we can adopt it.
Now, that's our public hearing or that's the town council's
here.
public?
That's here.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So that's why, depending on how those schedules line up and
Yeah.
depending on how long
Yeah.
it takes to put together the initial resolution. Because, you want to put together also like the real estate area, but also you need to come up with an economic development plan. Depending on what that is, sometimes you might need to hire a consultant. You may or may not have to do that just to get some evidence, what's the plan? How much is the plan going to cost? Those, can be estimates. Doesn't have to be like usually you have to have some sort of like projected, we expect we'll create this many jobs or kind of information
Yeah.
that you would do. So
Okay.
that lead up time is sort of a squishy period. It's hard to put a time period.
Anything else?
And that was coming this year. I mean, it's not necessarily happening this year on 42.
Well, the Southwest stuff is kind of already
Already done.
done.
Southwest is finished.
Yeah.
I'm not
We would
sure
have
when.
missed anything there, but
They've on a new purchase.
Mhm.
Probably
Yeah.
will start their development.
Nothing's came through.
Oh, okay.
yeah, I mean, we definitely probably want to cap that if it's going to be a bigger development.
Yeah. Okay. Any old business? I think we've covered most of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do we have to sign bonds? Yeah.
No, they renewed, council approved it, and I sent it, so I need to get certified.
Excellent. Okay.
This year.
So next meeting. Is there anything that we need to tackle first that we need to be here next month or?
Not on the legal side of things, I think the next thing that would come up would be April, May area when we put together those, what is it, the budget or reporting packet,
Yeah, the annual report.
annual report, and then the allocation resolutions, which are like May. So it's,
Well, I mean, my thoughts are that we set a meeting for April 16th.
Right after tax day.
Yes. I don't think we have to move.
Okay, yeah.
But
I'm
if
trying to think, like, I can't tell yet if that would fall kind of during spring break.
spring break's the week before, but if we need to call something sooner, obviously.
Absolutely.
But that would be the next, because I
I
was
think it was
thinking
February.
Yeah, because if there's nothing, I mean, you don't have anything, we don't need to release any funds because we've already expended funds for the projects we currently have.
Yeah,
If there's something that comes up that we need to approve, or there's something that needs to.
yeah, if there's something worth talking about, we can.
I'm with you. I mean, I'm happy to come here and ask Rob about the treatment plants again, but I don't really know what we would talk about.
It'll all be finished by then.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah,
I mean,
that
some of
is-
that stuff's done.
Well, yeah, we could definitely help.
We'll have some stuff, more stuff to talk about, and if something comes up with this property, maybe by then we'll have some more information we can act on, but other than that,
Sounds good to me.
so the, Thursday, April 16th. 5:30.
Yeah. Cool.
Make a motion, we adjourn the meeting.
Got a motion? Need a second?
Second the motion.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. We're adjourned until April 16th. Do I need to sign this for you, Katie? This copy?
Invoice, yes, please.
Riveting, I know.
Yeah. Well, thank you.